Hey, it's Coffee Talk. How are you? Happy Sunday. I thought this would be a great Sunday activity, so we haven't done one of these in a long, long time. Today we are going to discuss everything that goes into from the moment a song is done, written, right, until the moment that you can then listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. The things that come in between song is written and song can be heard, and I must proudly announce that this video is brought to you by DistroKid, supporter of the cause. I feel like I have an obligation to you here. I'm not going to help someone sell their zebra flavored soap or whatever, but I have used DistroKid, and if you're a songwriter and you publish more than one song or album every other year, then DistroKid is a great option because it's $20 a year and you can publish as many songs as you want. So like for my friend Matt Farley, who sings about poop a lot and just published his 20,000th song on Spotify, I hope to goodness that he's using DistroKid. And if you use my special link, distrokid.com/VIP/RL, you'll get 7% off of your yearly order, which, you know, isn't a lot, but they're already making it like umpteen times cheaper than it is for us to distribute our music in the first place. So let's not look a gift horse in the mouth, I say. For instance, it is my goal for 2019 and 2020 to publish 4 songs in each of those years, and I generally spend about $40 publishing those songs. So 40 times 4 is 160 divided by 20, I believe, is umpteen. And the other thing I really liked about DistroKid, I'm not just blowing smoke here, there's one page, and you know, when I did it in CD Baby, it's like 9 pages, and you're like looking, and did I get everything right? And oh my god, but I finished my one page, fully anticipating 8 more pages to come, and I clicked the button and it said, "You're done." And I was like, what? Now I feel like I should give you a little background about why I do things the way I do, and I'm not saying that this is the way to do them, this is just the way that I do them. So if you're like, I know I have a bunch of students who they want to know what you do after you write the song, how you record it, how you produce it, and etc. This is my process. Maybe you'll like one thing and, you know, take it for your own, or maybe you won't like anything about it and you'll be, you know, heels dug in the ground that your way is the best way. Either way is great. But when I was in my early 20s, right when I first drove out to California for really no reason whatsoever, I was in this band called Breaking Code that we started. Me and my friend Steve, my then friend, we became friends in the band. My friend Scott, who weirdly lives near me in Pennsylvania now. And it was the first band I was in that sounded really good, and it was such a thrilling experience for me because it was like, I can be, this sounds good. That's it. My stuttering describes it all. But we were together for a year, and what happened was me and Steve, the singer, guitarist, and the lead guitarist, versus Scott and Eric. Scott and Eric, the rhythm section, the bass and the drums, they more wanted to be a metal band, and Steve and I more wanted to be like an alternative rock band. And after like a year of, you know, we recorded some songs, we played a lot of shows, we put a lot of work into it, and then the whole thing just completely fell apart because of disagreement for how our musical style should go. So I said to myself, Jared, that's what I call myself when I'm talking to myself, how do I prevent that from happening again? And I decided that the best way to do it would be that the band would be me, right? Like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, or Blah-Biddy-Blah and the Blah, hence Ryan, Lendt, and the Levers. And even though it might not seem like it, and it's true because it's not, in my head, Ryan, Lendt, and the Levers has existed for all this. I've got stacks of notebooks. I've got many songs that I just absolutely cannot wait to share with you. And you know, there's limiting factors, and I can only do so much. But if the band is me, right, and that doesn't mean that I'm the only person in the band, and I recruit creative help from, you know, some of you have heard about Travis, he's the lead guitar player, and I've used different drummers, and I have no drummers all over the place, and this whole process works with people living all over the place because of what I'm about to share with you. The downside is, you know, we can't play live, but the upside to that is, how many listeners do I have on Spotify? A little less than 1,000 right now, which is amazing. First of all, that is completely, like, that blows my face away. But not many people are going to come to our show anyways, and I fully believe that if my promotional efforts continue to work, that there will come a time when it is worth everybody's time to go play live shows, and I can't wait for that to happen, but that's not where we are right now. So in the meantime, I'm in the basement making very slowly music, but I keep saying it, and it's going to happen that there's going to be a push where I'm going to release a bunch of stuff. I can't wait for that to happen. But here's what happens once I write a song. Step 1, I demo the song. This is a very important step to me because when I do it in front of a microphone and, recorded, things come up that I wouldn't have even thought to have to decide about, but I demo it. It doesn't have to sound good, but it does have to be done to a click track. Because once it's demoed, it gets sent to Nick Croce in New York City, and Nick Croce plays his drums over the click-tracked demo. The demo doesn't have to sound good, it just has to be the right tempo. Because when I get the drums back, I completely discard the demo. I don't mean I erase it from my hard drive. I just get rid of it in that particular project, so I'm left with just drums. It is better to play to the drums rather than the drums, for me anyways, to play to the guitar, because your strumming is influenced by the particular ways that he drummed and the tiny microseconds of things that line up. So then I record my rhythm guitar part with Nick's drums. And then I do scratch vocals. Scratch vocals are vocals that are intended to be discarded. I am a perfectionist. I am not happy with the way that some of my vocals that you've heard, on Spotify have turned out, and I even might redo them sometime. But the scratch vocals are important because whoever gets the song next, Travis in Los Angeles or Alex in San Francisco to do piano on it, whoever gets it next needs to hear the melodic elements so that they can inject their own melodic elements into it, but have it agree, all together. So I've got to have the guitar, the drums, and the vocal track, and then I get all the pieces back as separate tracks, of course, on your computer. This is not a how to use Logic video. This is just sort of conceptually the order in which things go in my brain. I get all the tracks back, and then the whole shawammy gets sent to my buddy Rob, he was my neighbor in the Bay Area, San Francisco, but he's no longer my neighbor, of course, but that's okay, because we have the magic of the internet, and I can send him all of the tracks, and he is a crack studio technician. He's got an amazing setup in his house. If you have some tracks you need mixed, send me an email. I'll send you Rob's contact information, but he is someone that I really trust and knows me really well, so when he's making decisions about things, that he doesn't have to call me every little single time. But the point is, it gets mixed. It gets mixed somewhere by somebody. The mixing is what you do after you do the tracking. The tracking was everything, with the recording. Now it's the mixing, the making it sound good together. You'd be amazed. One time I said to myself, gee, I'd like to learn to mix, and then I don't have to, seek anyone's help. Mixing is a life dedication skill. Oh my goodness, people who can mix well are just incredible, incredible human beings. So now we have a bunch of tracks together that sound good, but they must be mastered now. Mixing and mastering are not the same thing. Mixing is taking each instrument and changing the volume and the EQ and the 17,000 other different things that you can change about each instrument track, but mastering is taking the whole clump, the song as you think of it, and making it the right volume, not too bassy, not too trebly, with the right dynamics. I used to use the service that I was pretty happy with. It was Friends of Friends, and they had pieces of equipment that cost more than cars to do, specific tiny things that they could, if they explained it to me what it does, I wouldn't have understood, but it sounded good when it was done. And you get your mastered track back, and you're so happy because it sounds just the way you wanted it to sound the moment the song was written, and everything you heard in your head was there, and you're so happy, and you want to be able to share it with your friends. So you can either text them the MP3 or you can use your DistroKid account to release it to the entire world in one fell swoop. Which, I mean, this DistroKid thing is actually really exciting for me, because I'm thinking if I just put a little extra effort into making my demos sound good, which again, they don't need to be, they just have to be the right speed, right? But if I just put that little extra effort in, then I could now that I've paid my $20 this year to DistroKid, I can release as many demos as I want. I can call them demo, and it doesn't have to be done. It could just be the guitar and the vocals, or some other element that came to me in the basement here, but that's it. That is my process for everything that happens from once the song is written to all this stuff until it's released and you can hear it on Spotify. So I'd really like to know if I gave you any ideas, or if you do something way different than me, because we're always tweaking, we're always changing stuff. But for me, this works because I guess I'm a control freak. Everything comes through me because, you know, like I said, I had that experience some years ago where the whole thing fell apart because of musical taste difference, and well, gee, I just don't really want that to happen again. It can never fall apart now. It'll fall apart when I am no longer, but that I hope won't be for a long time. And of course, I hope that we're all together for a long time. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I just want everybody to be happy and healthy, so I really hope that's the case, and I appreciate you joining me for this Coffee Talk Sunday. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.